Kristaps. How you feeling? How's the knee feeling? And where are you in the recovery? Are you running it? And is there a timetable yet for when you might return?
Feeling good. Leg is getting stronger. Feeling really, really good. Doing some stuff on the court already, shooting, live running. So making progress every day. And timetable, there's no timetable yet. You know, we're moving forward. We're progressing every day. And whenever I'm ready, I'm going to be back. You can hear me or no?
Yeah. Kristaps, welcome back. What did it mean to you to have your coach reach out to you and visit you in your homeland?
Yeah, that was important. That was really nice that he came all the way to Latvia, Latvia, you know, to come visit me and spend some time with me, with his wife, and it was good. You know, he came to see how I worked, what the facilities looked like, where I was working during the summers, and we spent some good time together talking about basketball, talking about life, you know, his personality, my personality, and so on. So we got to know each other a little bit, and then we spent some really, really productive days together.
Hey, Kristaps. Here. Yeah, the decision to do a lot of rehab at Real Madrid, how did that work out? Why did you decide to do it that way? And just in terms of running, you've been cleared to run full out, or what is the exact nature of that?
Yeah, well, first of all, I just wanted to be closer to home. I wanted to, that's why I picked, you know, somewhere in Europe, and that was the best place for me to, you know, keep doing my rehab, and those are the best facilities available. So that's why I made that decision. And I'm running. It's a progression, you know. I'm not sprinting yet, but I'm doing some running, and as I said, I mean, every day is a little bit of progress, something new. So I feel good with where I am right now.
Kristaps, is it hard for you not to get ahead of things when you talk about taking progressions? Is it hard not to push yourself and try and speed this up?
Of course. You know, I'm hungry, and I want to be back on the court as soon as possible. And so, you know, it's good that I have a good team around me, good people around me that are holding me back when I need to be held back, and telling me to be patient when I need to be a bit more patient. So it's been a long process. It's already been 7.5 months. So obviously, you know, I'm getting itchy, and I want to be back on the court as soon as possible. But it won't happen until I am 110% and I'm medically cleared. So.
Kristaps over here. Have you reached out to any other players who suffered from the ACL injury on tips of just rehabbing, and also in terms of readjusting back to the game? And if so, who and what did they say?
I have, but nothing specific. I mean, some specific things, little things that I had throughout the process. You know, a little. Why did you have this feeling? Why do I have this feeling? So but more it was David Fizdale. I talked to him for a little bit because he had a couple of, you know, those injuries, and I reached out to him. But other than that, I mean, every process is different, and you know, every that type of injury has maybe a different timetable and different way of doing things. So we kind of were moving forward, you know, based on how I felt also.
Chris, I know that you only spent a couple days with Coach Fizdale, but based on your time with him at home, did you get the impression that he's the kind of coach that can push you to where you want to be offensively and defensively?
I believe so. I believe that he's that type of person that wants to, you know, get the maximum out of each, you know, player around him. So I think me and him, we could work together really well, with him being able to, you know, ask those things of me, and me, you know, keep pushing and try to achieve those things, which are also my goals. So I think we're on the same page there.
Kristaps, I know you said you're itchy to get back and hungry to get back. Is there a scenario in your mind where you might sit out the whole season if you're not feeling 100% by February or so?
It's really hard to say. There's no timetable, as I said, and I'm going to be back when I am healthy and medically cleared, you know, and whenever that is, that's when it's going to happen.
Chris,
if you're going to sign a extension of your rookie contract before the start of the season, you do before opening night, is that something you can put some thought into over the summer?
That is something I have not thought about. That's something my management is dealing with, and you know, we're gonna talk about that whenever it's the right time. Right now, I'm really focused on the knee and coming back strong from this.
Kristaps, when you can't play and obviously to have an immediate impact on the floor, how are you treating that as a cornerstone play when you hear the words culture and process, to know you're not going to be in a more coaching role to begin the season?
Right. Even though I'm not going to be on the court with the guys, I still want to be a leader for the guys, leader for the team, and be there with the team as much as possible. Be with the guys, help the guys, and be around the teams as much as possible. So that's what I'm going to try to do this season until I start playing.
Kristaps, I know you've probably seen some highlights of Kevin Knox. You've now probably seen him in person, play a little bit. What's your impressions of him, and how are you guys getting along, and what do you envision as a tandem at some point this season?
Yeah, he had some really good highlights in the summer league. I watched a little bit of summer league, and I haven't really seen him in person yet, working out or basketball-wise. I've just seen some conditioning stuff. So, but I'm looking forward to getting to know him more and seeing how he plays and how he thinks and so on. So. I can tell you more once I get a little bit more, to see him.
Kristaps, to follow up on that a little bit, with so many new players and a lot of youth, how will you go through this progress of your rehab? Will you be with the team a lot, travel? What's sort of the process and the plan right now for you?
That's something we still have to figure out. We're still scheduling all that stuff, but as I said, I want to be around the guys as much as possible, be with the team as much as possible. So that's something we have to plan.
Kristaps, the front office and we've been writing a lot about 2019 free agency and the direction of this team and how this is going to be another rebuilding year. How do you feel about the direction of this team and the idea that it's going to be attractive to free agents a year from now?
So far, it's good vibes around here. It's good energy around here, and it's good to be in an environment like this right now. We'll see. It's hard to say. I just got here from Europe. I'm still adjusting to the time difference. So, but it's good energy around here, and that's the first thing that I saw and I'm happy about. It's always. I mean, every new season there's good and positive energy. Obviously, it's when things go south a little bit. That's when you have to stay mentally strong and keep pushing forward. But it is a lot of new faces, and it is a good energy. That's all I can say for now.
Kristaps, as you've been going through the rehab and various testing and everything, have they told you anything you've done that's ahead of schedule or behind schedule? When you were expected to do things and when you were able to do them?
No, we haven't really. We've done things differently because there is no. Protocol for a 7'3" guy. There is no timetable for my type of body, my size, and all that. So we've done things differently. We've been really conservative, and at the same time, I've been killing myself, working. So it's we're just gonna have to move forward and keep progressing, and then see when is the right time for me to be back.
Kristaps, in terms of the last year, it's a new regime, there's a new coach. When you look at the state of the franchise right now, do you like what you see, and are you encouraged for the future for Knicks fans, hoping that you guys will be a contender?
Right. As I said, it's good energy around here. I feel good. It's the beginning. It's hard to say. But I feel like things are going well, and. But it's a long process to get there, and it's gonna take time for us. But we're a young team, a good group of hard-working young guys, and that's the first step.
Kristaps, right here. You mentioned there's no protocol for being a 7'3" guy recovering from a torn ACL. How has that changed your rehab and your recovery, and does that impact your willingness or unwillingness to put a return date, for certain, more so than like other guys would.
Right. No, the return date, it doesn't depend on me, really. I'm not going to be the one to decide. It's going to be testing, and it's going to be some proof that, I'm ready. My leg is as strong, or, as it was before, even stronger. So there's going to be proof behind that fact. So, but yeah, we've been moving forward, and a lot of the rehabilitation process has been my feedback, how I feel. Do I feel we can push more, or do we need to? And I've been happy. I've been happy with how the process has went, and I feel like with the team that I have around me, we're doing the right thing.
Like you said, there's no precedent, right?
Right, but change from what? I haven't done it before, so it's sorry. Right. Yeah, but they haven't done it on a 7-3 guy. So it's something new, I think, for everybody. And as I said, we're just trying to be conservative and doing the right thing without pushing it too much.
We're going to take one more for KP.
I know the last couple of years, there's been a lot about you playing the 4 or playing the 5. Sorry. I was just wondering if you were, I guess, what position do you see yourself playing when you come back, and also how you see the injury affecting your play style, if at all.
It doesn't really matter what position, I think. There's going to be times I'm going to be switching on guards, and I'm going to be playing, I'm going to be doing plays of a 3, maybe a 5. It doesn't really matter. I believe that Coach Fizz is going to put me in situations where I can be the most effective, offensively and defensively, protecting the rim, obviously defensively. So it doesn't really matter. I believe they're gonna coaches are going to do a really good job putting me in the right spots.